Central Oregon Daily, in focus, food allergies resulting in hives, wheezing, even anaphylaxis impacting more and more kids all the time. In 2007, nearly 4% of children had a food or digestive allergy. The latest data from the CDC shows that number has doubled, impacting millions of kids. And it's changing how families shop at the grocery store and what those kids' classmates can bring for lunch or even a birthday celebration. And Genevieve, when just a taste can be life-threatening, nearly everyone around that child has to adapt, don't they?
Exactly, David. Think of an average elementary school classroom. In this class, roughly 2 kids will have a severe food allergy, about 8%. Their limitations not only impacting their classmates, but also themselves, making them feel isolated and fearful. But right now, there is standout work being done in Central Oregon to help these kids blend back in. It's a rare opportunity for rural Oregon families, as so often this therapy is only offered in major cities.
She grew.
5-year-old Hannah walks into the COPA kids' office. She knows the drill.
That's your backpack?
As she carries a blue backpack and a beloved bunny into the back room, it's her bravery worth noting. What awaits her? A concoction of allergens that just months ago would have threatened her life. Hannah is allergic to dairy, eggs, tree nuts, and peanuts.
Mix that up.
Her mom, Christina Ewers, clearly remembers the first time she had to use an EpiPen on her daughter. She was about 3 years old.
Just in a moment of not thinking, I gave her a bar that had cashew in it. She spit it out. I don't think she ingested a single bit. But just that bite was enough for her to eventually go into anaphylaxis.
Within minutes, Hannah was barfing, coughing. Christina, on the phone with 911, had to act quickly to save her daughter's life. That moment still lives with her.
For me, it truly was traumatic. I mean, the whole next day, we were all at home, and I could barely stand because I had felt so much trauma.
Dr. Haley Hostetler is the pediatric allergist with COPA.
I think you're ready to take your next dose with us, okay?
She's Dr. Haley to Hannah.
You did a good job.
They know each other well. They've been meeting like this every 2 weeks since November, part of a partnership with Latitude Food Allergy Care to implement multi-allergen oral immunotherapy.
Latitude is allowing us to use their protocols from Stanford, UCSF, well validated in big clinical trials through allergists that are very well known throughout our nation.
It's a 6 to 9 month process of slowly exposing the child to their allergens, starting at just 1 milligram. Every 2 weeks, they come back into the office and up the dose. Then wait an hour to ensure all goes well.
And the work doesn't end for these families once they walk out the door. They are continuing exposure to these food allergens daily until their next appointment. They go home with lunch boxes like this filled with their allergens, like this egg dose prep here. And for example, about how small these allergens are, this exposure, they start with that small orange spoon.
When they eventually reach a maintenance dose, which 92% of patients do, they'll continue it for life to keep their immune systems desensitized.
And the end goal here is not to make it so kids can eat whatever they were allergic to endlessly. It's so they don't die if they're accidentally exposed.
Exactly. I always tell families really honestly, the goal is not for them to go out and free eat in New York City.
It can still have a substantial impact, especially for the youngest patients.
Some of the kids doing milk and egg, if they can get up to around 2 grams, they can go to a birthday party and eat cake with the other kids, which is super exciting.
COPA says it's the only place in the area treating multiple allergies at once with this therapy.
Ready? Okay. Do we want to drink the milk or eat the snack first?
The birthday cake, not to mention nearly everything else in a standard lunchbox, has been off the table for Hannah. Here she is, slurping down a small amount of cow's milk. No problem. This partnership between COPA and Latitude, life-changing, physically and socially.
We have a little boy, a kindergartner, and he'll tell you he sat at a lunch table by himself all of his life, and now that he's getting his food allergy therapy, he's able to integrate with the other kids.
Kids can start treatment at 12 months. Dr. Hostetler says more studies are showing the earlier you begin,
the better the child is going to do from a social standpoint, from an anxiety standpoint, to have them never remember a bad reaction or a bad association with food.
This hope for Hannah began with another mother living the same nightmare in 2009.
We were told that there was nothing you can do about it.
When Latitude founder and CEO Kimberly Yates's eldest daughter was diagnosed with severe food allergies, kids were told allergen avoidance was the only option.
She almost died 4 times.
She was determined to find a better outcome and partnered with a Stanford doctor. Years of research, studies, trials led to the creation of Latitude, a blueprint for treating not just one, but several food allergies at once. Latitude has 7 clinics across the country. Right now, they're only in New York and the Bay Area, with LA in the process. This partnership with COPA, the first of its kind, bringing this care to rural America.
It's going to give us the opportunity to create even more access. When I started Latitude, the whole goal was to create access, which means, not only making it affordable, but also making it available.
COPA's interim CEO, Dr. Logan Thomas Clausen, says people are traveling across the state to see Dr. Hostetler.
We could see with Dr. Hostetler's practice the demand. Like daily, she was seeing patients that really needed this treatment.
To start, COPA is treating just 7 kids with this therapy, but the demand is far greater.
How many kids in Bend do you think could benefit from this program?
I would say in Bend, probably 50 to 100 per year.
Are you guys in a place where you see the ability to expand this?
We are, so we're slowly ramping it up.
But he's a pilot.
Courageous kids like Hannah,
If she has any signs of reaction,
helping lead the way into a brave new world.
Do you think you can help other kiddos who are in your same situation?
Yeah.
With a backpack
Bye-bye.
full of food, her family hopes to soon not fear.
frog time. Here it is.
And while the goal is just to prevent extreme reactions with accidental exposure, Dr. Hostetler did tell me more studies are showing the earlier you start this kind of immunotherapy, the better chance kids do have of being able to free eat their allergens. Latitude's CEO's daughter, Kimberly, her daughter Tessa, was a little older when she started, but now she eats peanut butter. And David, she lived and ate throughout Thailand, things she couldn't even dream of being a reality when she was younger.
What a game changer for families out there.
It can be.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the cost, because I'm sure a lot of people are asking that question right now. Does insurance pick any of this up?
Well, it's different at the Latitude allergy care clinics in the cities like New York and San Francisco. At COPA, in most cases, insurers are not yet covering this, at least not fully. The way they're able to make this work is through a connection that Dr. Hostetler, the allergist, developed while studying at Duke. She formed a relationship with the Koch family, who, once Dr. Hostetler told them about the need for allergen care in Central Oregon, immediately got her connected with Latitude and then funded the grant to bring this care here. And David, getting insurance on board would make a world of a difference in expanding this care. And the work being done at COPA right now with this unique allergy care is actually helping get the data that could one day possibly change insurance policies.
And who doesn't know someone who has a child, or even themselves, who have been suffering these allergies for years and years and years? Let's hope that insurance moves quickly.